Yes. Yes. So in the previous day, what we have done is we have learned the concepts of improper integrals. And today we are going to start with the beta gamma functions. Okay. So in improper integral, this is a special types of improper integrals rather. One is gamma function. First, we are going to learn the gamma function. And then we will move on to the beta function. Okay, so actually we are dealing with beta and gamma functions. Okay, so one by one we will take on, we'll go through the properties, and then we will are able to solve the problems. Okay, so let us take the concept of gamma function at first. There is a specific structure of the improper integral which we called as the gamma function. So what is that and how we are going to deal with that, we are going to learn now. So gamma function means, see, a type of improper integral like integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x to the power of n minus 1 dx. Obviously, where n is greater than 0, a positive quantity, it is known as the gamma function and is denoted by gamma n, gamma of function of order n, right? So what is the structure? Look at the structure of the improper integral, that is e to the power of minus infinity, sorry, integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x to the power of n minus 1. Then we say that it is gamma n. Okay, all right. Acha. Now, before moving further, if you can tell me that which type of improper integral it is? It is? Which type of improper integral it is? As we have learned two types of improper integral in our previous class, so which type we can consider it as? This is type 1 or type 2?
Type 1.
Very good. It is type 1 because either of the limit diverges to infinity. Okay, fine. So type 1 improper integral, special type of type 1 improper integral, which we can call as the gamma function. And this is the structure. Now, one by one, we will go through the properties and slightly we will prove the properties also a little bit utilizing the concept of integral that we have till date. And then we are going to use those properties or the definition of gamma function in our particular problems. So let us go for the properties now. Properties of gamma function. Properties of gamma function. All right. Number one, what it says that integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus ax x to the power of n minus 1 dx. It will be taken as gamma n divided by a to the power of n, right? So if the integral is of this type, this is the first property we are going on. Integral e to the power of minus ax, x to the power of n minus 1 dx, it will be, it's equals to gamma n divided by a to the power of n. How can we prove that? Simple proof is there. How can we proceed? If you can tell me that since we have the structure of gamma function as e to the power of minus x, then x to the power of n minus 1. But the property or the integral that we will be having over here is e to the power of minus ax. Instead of x, it is minus ax. So what we can do is we can substitute ax equals to, say, some other variable t, right? Then what about your dx? X is obviously becomes t by a. And what about your dx? Dx becomes 1 by a dt. So let us replace over here integral. Obviously, when x equals to 0, t equals to 0. When x tends to infinity, t tends to infinity. So it becomes also 0 to infinity, the limits. And then e to the power of minus ax means e to the power of minus t. X means what? T by a to the power of n minus 1. And dx is 1 by a dt. Is it okay for all? Up to this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next we can simplify this as integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus t. Then what? T to the power of n minus 1. T to the power of n minus 1. And the a is a constant quantity, see, 1 by a to the power of n minus 1 and 1 by a gives us what? Divided by a to the power of n. And dt will remain as it is. All right. Okay. So from here, we can see that is equals to integral 1 by a to the power of n will come out as it is a constant quantity. So it becomes 0 to infinity e to the power of minus t to the power of n minus 1 dt. Now look at your form of the gamma function. 1 by a to the power of n will remain as it is a constant quantity. And what about this? This is the form e to the power of minus x to the power of n minus 1 dx. So what I can write it as gamma n. So therefore, the integral 0 to infinity e to the power of minus x to the power of n minus 1 dx becomes gamma n divided by a to the power of n. Okay, in this way, we have proved the first property of gamma function. Yes. So next property number 2.